Alright guys, it's Duck and I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at Carnival Row and just do a review of it. So if you haven't watched it, make sure you click off this video because there's going to be spoilers. I'll put a spoiler warning now, give you a few seconds to click off. So if you haven't watched Carnival Row or looking forward to watch it, do not watch this video as it's going to contain spoilers, and yeah, click off it. So if you have watched it, then you're tuning into this video for the review, and let's get straight into it then. At the start of the season we can see a clear political divide on all the creatures coming into the city, and we see a new bunch of slurs used as Critch and Puck against these new creatures coming in to live with the humans as they come to settle into the Berg and try and escape Pact, which are coming after them and killing them. So they strike up a deal with the Bergishmen. Bergishmen obviously agree to this deal and want the creatures to integrate into the city. Obviously it's still an evolving city, so it's still getting used to it, not quite a lot of tension as most people don't agree with this and don't really get along with the creatures, and some obviously have hatred towards them. So far the season reminds me a lot of Wolf Among Us vibes, as you got Philo, kind of reminds you of Bigby Wolf, and you kind of get the vibe with all the fays, remind you all the fables and all that kind of sort of vibe. You got some magic in it, and a string of murders as well. So yeah, it's very similar, I'd say. But yeah, it's very interesting as we kind of get to see a live action version of it, and we've introduced to the fays, which are a bunch of creatures, wings and stuff, and they're trying to escape the Pact, which is the main goal of all the mythical creatures. And the Pact's main goal, I'm guessing, is to wipe out all those creatures, but obviously the Berg don't want that, so they try and let them settle in. Obviously a string of murders occur, and it shakes the city really, because while the whole city's on tension, on edge really, because of all the creatures coming in, and it sparks some investigating. And as we find out throughout the season, all the murders are linked, and they're all linked to obviously Philo. We're introduced to an array of characters, Ezra, Mysterious, Imogen, Vinette, Philo, Tourmaline, and many more other characters. And you get to see the tension played out on different levels, political level with Sophie Longerbane, Jonah, his father, Sophie's father as well, Mr. Longerbane, I'm just gonna call him because I don't know his first name anyway. And you get to see on a class level as well with Mr. Agiris or Arius, I think it was, and Imogen and her brother not really getting on along with him because he's a Puck and they don't think he deserves to be on their street. And you also get to see in the normal working day lives of the rest of the characters like Tourmaline, Philo, Vignette, things like that. And find out later in the season that there's a sort of creature that is behind all these deaths called the Dark Asher, which is basically a bunch of different creatures meshed together, and it can only be done through magic. So you'd instantly think it's the witch, but it's not, and she says it's beyond her magical powers to do something like that. And the creature cannot be killed as long as a person who created it or is connected to remains alive. So you can't kill the creature unless you kill the person who's behind it, essentially. The good thing about this series, I'd say, is that throughout the season you're always changing your opinion about who you think is behind all the murders. Firstly, you think it's just a normal person, but obviously when you get to the first phase death, which we later find out is Philo's mother, find out some type of creature, you'd initially think it was some Bergishman with a hatred for Fays, but again with the twists and turns, find out more that's a link crime, and they all connect Philo through his headmaster, his mother. They're all close connections, and obviously with that you see the hatred grow more on both sides, with a string of murders happening, with complicated murder mysteries such as this, a lot of twists and turns, a lot of new evidence being found out about who people were, what they did, and things like that. And in all of them, all cases, their livers was taken from them, and apparently these were for person's secrets to be told to the person who's taken it. Really said to that the liver contains a person's secrets, and whoever takes it can read the person's secrets. We later find out why it's connected to Philo, as we find out Philo is not just an ordinary Bergishman soldier, he's a half-blood in fact, and his mother was the Fae that was originally murdered, and his father in this case was the Chancellor, obviously John's father. And we find out after he takes him in episode 7 or the one before the finale that we all think that it's him who's controlling the Dark Asher, as he takes Philo and tries to kill him. Then we find out after they talk to each other that he's the father, and assume that Philo killed his mother, try and keep his secret underground. But obviously he didn't know that until the very last minute, and didn't disclose this evidence because he'd ruin his credibility being a half-blood alongside all these other Bergishmen. We find out that Jonah's mother is in fact the one who's behind all these murders. She's in very close relations, good relationship with the witch, and tries and learns her craft, which is why she's able to create the Dark Asher in the first place. She's very keen to learn these type of things, and with that she only created it because of the prophecy she had of a child being being, you know, turning into a great man, having a great life, and which is why when she found out about her husband's, you know, him having another son, that she decided to kill him so that the prophecy would only be for her son and not for his half-blood son. Obviously, at the end of the season, you know, Philo defeated the Dark Asher and obviously the Chancellor's wife, so they did survive. And obviously, him and Vignette, I think, have solved their issue. And obviously, you know, the massive political divide now with Sophie Longerbane and Jonah now combining their political force and taking the city and trying to split it in half. Really, one half being the normal Bergishman people, and the other half being all the Critch and the Fays and all the mythical creatures on one side, as they try and solve, you know, this undercover cult that was trying to assassinate Jonah's father, the Chancellor. So trying to solve that mystery, really, but trying to stop the cult and all the hatred from their side. But I'm trying to divide the city, I don't really think works, and it's just a bit of a chaos now in the city. You also get to see Mr. Agreus and the Imogen together on a boat sailing away from the Berg. Obviously the Berg wanted them to dock their boat, but they went against that. So with the Sophie speech as well at the end saying that she would hunt them down, be interesting to see what happens to them too. Maybe they run into the pact or try and escape. Obviously you're going to be hunting from both sides of both the pact, and now obviously the Berg people as well after him because of what happened. So I'm guessing for my season 4 predictions that we'll see more of this cult and more of what they're, you know, involved in. See more of a political divide as well. We'll get to see Imogen and Mr. Agreus' story more. Her brother Ezra will be probably involved a lot more, and I guess we'll see more of Vignette and Philo in the series. Obviously they're the two main characters, so we'll get to see how the, you know, the city being split in half works out. But anyway guys, it's been Duck. Hope you liked the review. If you got this far, please make sure to like button, subscribe down below, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and it's been Duck and I'm out.